morning. Whether you just now rolling out of bed, getting ready for work, kids woke you up early, or maybe you just up smoking your morning blunt, this podcast is for you, my pre-sunrise crew. It's your girl, Nay, and I'm up with you. As always, we're going to start with the joke of the day. Let me Google it, y'all. Y'all know I don't look them up. Okay, what do you call a lesbian dinosaur? Lick a lot of puss. Okay, so let's roll into the topic of the day. I want to start with talking about this TikTok that went viral yesterday, or the day before yesterday. It was this girl. She's African American. She's actually a model, like a real model, not an IG model. She posted a TikTok saying that she expects a man to pay for all the dates, her nails, hair, any Ubers, waxes, and rent while she's dating or in a relationship. And she didn't say it in a rude way, like, this is what I deserve. If you can't meet this, then I don't want you. She did not say it that way. She said it so classy and eloquent. Like, she said it calm. Like, this is just what I expect for a man. Here's the list. Thanks. And that was like the whole fucking video. So for one, just because she said it expects and the tone of the video, I already knew that she was just speaking from experience and more so just letting other girls know, like, this is what I'm getting, at least, and you should be making sure if this is what you want that you're getting it. I think a lot of people went ham on her because, for one, she's dark-skinned and she don't look like, I guess, what you would expect, like, a model to look like. So everybody's like, who is you? Or who are you? Y'all, my bad. Who are you to have, like, that type of approach? Like, why do you think you deserve that? And I'm going to repost the video that actually brought it to my attention because another girl who does TikTok and Instagram videos reposted it with her commentary, and that's how I found it. And I really loved her commentary on it. I'm actually about to go look at it, so y'all at least got her name until I post it. Because I'm in the comments, y'all. Okay, I'm in the comments. So the girl who reposted it, her name is the Cindy Noir. So that's TheCindynDyNoir. And she usually talk about real positive self-help, self-growing stuff. I follow her. I like damn near all her posts. But she reposted it and she was just saying how basically people were only upset because she's dark-skinned. And I agree because I feel like my whole life I've heard women say that. I feel like all of us have heard women say, like, oh, a man got to be doing this, got to be doing that. And it's just how I just said it. It's usually not as calm and polite as the girl said it. And it's not like, oh, I expect. It's no, these are the requirements or you can't fuck with me. That's usually how girls be. And the ones that usually are like that are usually like the IG baddie type or real light skin, white women most times, or these foreigns, it's usually not the darker girls that you see saying that. So I think that fucking shook everybody, like, who the fuck is her? Especially people who don't know that she wasn't speaking from like a place of ego. And I feel like those are people who have never experienced what she was talking about. Because if you experienced a man who was willing to do all of that stuff and then you heard that post, there's no way that you would have been like, oh, yeah, she's ego, she's out for money or anything like that. The approach is usually completely different with those type of girls, honey. Like, they usually are, when they're saying that they're trying to be cute, they're like, yeah, because I'm this. She was not like that at all. That video was short as hell. She's a model, and she wasn't even, like, done up for that video. So that lets you know she was literally just saying, hey, this is what I expect from, like, the average man. And then shitted on y'all by posting a video of a date afterwards. Like, yeah, and a man is going to do it. And I'm going to tell you from personal experience, a man is going to do it. It's men out here that specifically want to take care of a woman that way. If you don't know that, I'm telling you right now, dark skin, light skin, whatever, there is men out here that wants to take care of you that way. Literally. And I didn't know that until I dealt with a man who did. Who really wasn't breaking his pockets to do that. And he wanted to do that. That didn't stop me from getting my own nails done or getting my own hair done or getting my own waxes or even putting in on bills. That did not stop me from helping. However, I did not have to do it as much with this person because that is the role he wanted to play in our relationship. So that's what I allowed him to do. And I feel it in other ways that I was useful and I didn't mind. As long as it wasn't sabotaging who I am as a person, wasn't making me miserable every day, I didn't mind. If I'm doing most of the cooking, that's fine. Like, I'm I'm cool with that. I actually really love to cook. I watch MasterChef for fun. Like, I'm okay with that. But if you haven't dealt with the man who does that, then I can see how you would look at that post and be like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, this girl had commented, like, I'm not with women saying that men are responsible for their livelihoods and stuff. And it's like, no, like, everything she posted is stuff that men literally offer to pay for. That's how I knew from that post that she had dealt with men that does that. Because some women go above and beyond in the way they're saying that. You could tell they don't even deal with men who genuinely fuck with them and is doing that just because they love them. You could tell that they've let niggas pay for shit to fuck or almost fuck or something like that. That's completely different. But her approach and the way she said it and the stuff that she listed, I had to educate somebody in the comments. And if you listen to this, boo, it's no shade to you. But I was just letting you know, there's men out here that do that and they want to do it. And the thing is, it's girls out here that is letting dudes do that for less than nothing. And y'all in relationships thinking that that's too much. Like, if your man ain't on that type of time, that's fine. Be down with your man if he a good man and he make you happy. Like, you don't have to, like, she didn't say requirements. She said expectations. That's what she expects. And that comes from experience. And honestly, after my relationship that was like that, I definitely look at what I want in a man different, just because I rested in a different type of feminine energy being taken care of that way. Not like, oh, I was extremely submissive like a house pet or something like that. But you do, like I said, I didn't mind doing majority of the cooking and stuff. Like, I really didn't, because majority of the weight in general, as far as bills or anything like that, I did not have to really care for. As an adult, there's no way I can sit somewhere and not pay any type of bills and then not think of other ways that I can contribute. So it made me happy to help out in those other ways, because I don't have to do much in my everyday life. But we gonna get to submission, okay? Because a man doing all of that for you is a form of submission if he is financially able to. That's a form of submission. Like, I'm going to take care of you in all the ways possible because I want a certain type of feminine energy back from you. I don't like to use the word submission. I'm about to stop using that after this episode. I'm tapping my hands on the desk. Y'all, I got my press-ons on. Y'all know I'm feeling myself. But no, for real, I'm no longer using the word submission after today, because it has such a negative connotation to it. You cannot use the word submission in relationships and expect to have a fair exchange. Like, you can't. And everybody is trying to use it like, no, y'all not understanding. It's not a negative. It's not negative per se. But because the energy that comes with the word is, because the connotation of the word is negative, it is negative. And most time when people use the word submissive and you're not talking about a relationship, you're talking about someone being damn near a pet. So the definition can't change for one specific fucking topic. That makes no fucking sense. You can't go on porn, look up submissive and see some fucking crazy, weird, aggressive pet shit. But, oh, when we're talking about a relationship, it's different. No, it don't work like that. And y'all men need to understand the energy that y'all put off when y'all are talking about submission. And I ain't going to talk about these podcasts no more. Because if y'all been listening since my first podcast, y'all know I hate these weird ass podcasts when they invite all these women on here with less than basic conversations and basically make themselves look like ideal men because they're having bottom of the barrel conversations with these women. Like, no. Just fucking no. For one, I think men need to understand how they speak about submission when they say it. I was just watching a video from this podcast. It was on the Tonight with Cards page. Tonight, it's like a card game. Excuse me, y'all. It's like a card game. And they be recording the people who, like, I guess own it, or the people that they have contracts with or whatever. They record some of their conversations just sitting down, and they post it for, so it's called Tonight's Conversation Cards. And they also have a page called At the Table, I believe it's called At the Table. And I really love the conversations and the topics from this page. The girls on the page give it a very good variety of conversation. The men on the page are interesting to listen to. So this is actually a page that I really like. I really love their conversations, everything they talk about, even the things that I don't agree with. Like, I love listening to them. I really, really love listening to them. I stopped listening to Daily Wrap Up Crew. I also unfollowed them because, like I said, y'all gotta have better conversations. If it's getting to the point where I'm in y'all comments because and I'm angry, like I'm not even just conversing. If y'all see me in anybody else's comments, y'all will see me having like a normal conversation, a respectful exchange. That's who I am. If I'm getting angry, just commenting because of what y'all saying is fucking ridiculous, I'm allowing myself to be too worked up. I'm giving too much energy. I got to get y'all off my motherfucking feed, period. So I had to remove them. They're just ridiculous, and I feel like they only have certain type of conversations. It's repetitive. There's no depth. But at the end of the day, if they didn't have those type of girls on there with those half-ass conversations, what would they have to talk about? I've watched multiple of their videos, and I maybe seen 2 people tops that had like a decent conversation. Decent. Like just decent. They also commented back to me one time to something I said saying about submissive and feminine energy. And they said something like, men aren't telling women to wait for us to be masculine. Like, what? That has nothing to do with submission. And this is why I don't like the word submissive to begin with, because don't confuse the ways you want me to compromise for you and your ego or for what you want to be as a man in our relationship. Don't get that confused with feminine energy. I'm a woman whether I know what you want me to submit to or not. And I just don't like the word submission. Anyways, back to the Tonight with Cards page. They just posted a video where the dude was like, women need to know how to follow properly. And he also said that if a man is leading properly, that a woman would follow properly. And I don't think men hear what they're saying when they say it. Just flat out. Don't think that you can say submissive and follow and leadership and get like a respectful response most time, or you naturally are demeaning women with the tone and the language of the conversation. It's like a white man rhetoric, real shit. Like, women are leaders in themselves. I'm not saying that we want to lead y'all. I'm just saying for who and what we were created to be. We are very strong, very majestic beings, very in tune beings naturally, and then if we're positive and really, self-reflective and working on ourselves, then our intuition and our in-tuneness is through the roof. Women are leaders naturally by themselves. So I think men need to remind themselves that you are asking a leader to trust you to handle certain things. You're not asking someone who is less than you to play a role. You're asking someone who, whether they have a man or children or whatever in their life, would be perfectly fine on their own, especially in today's society, honey. We're not in the 40s or 50s or 60s where we have to rely on a man or we need that partnership to even look normal. We're in 2022 going into 2023. Marriage, kids, whatever. Like, we're capable of having, happiness without necessarily being in a relationship. And I'm sure a man is too, but I believe it is different. I believe y'all want sex way more than we do. And just in general, women like the idea of having a union, but I think in general, y'all want kids, like actual kids, and raising them. I think y'all want that more than we do. I mean, at the end of the day, and even when y'all talk about submission on yourselves, y'all say, like the dude on tonight's conversations, card conversations, whatever. He said that if a man is leading properly and you trust him and this and that, and he still comes to you for your opinion, that's not leading and following. That's partnership. Like, start off explaining that you want a certain type of partnership, and every partnership will be different. What I need to bring to the table for you will not be the same for the next man if me and you don't work out. And the same vice versa. What I need as a woman from you may be different from what the next woman may need from you. Stop. I hate the fucking word submission. Like, I really fucking do. Let's look it up. Because let's just read the actual fucking definition. It's cool. My phone died. I ain't tripping. Because I got a laptop. Bitch, don't fall. Don't fall on me. Don't fall on me. Submissive. Okay, ready to conform to the authority or the will of others, meekly obedient or passive, a submissive, almost sheep-like people. Y'all don't understand what that means. Like you cannot say submissive and be discussing someone that you also will consider their opinions with everything, and someone that you do see as an equal partner, just in the opposite way. Like, you handle this is what you do as a partner, this is what I do as a partner. That's not submissive. Me choosing to respond to you in a way that is better for you to receive and better for us to communicate is not necessarily being submissive. That's me being a good partner. Just period. So it's not about whether somebody is leading properly. It's about whether or not you have the right partner for you. Just period. I'm so tired of the word submissive and toxic and gaslighting, all the shit that they just over fucking use. I'm so tired of hearing it. I use this shit all the time, but I'm tired of it. No, I don't want to be submissive. I want to be equally respected, period. Okay, tell me what it is, who you are, how you think. Can I trust you? Can I trust the potential mistakes that you may make? Like, if I have to trust, you have to get me to trust you in order for us to have a union, first and foremost. Even the people who's talking about submission in a more educated way, listen to how they're talking about it. Like, he even said, they're leading correctly, and I'm talking to you, and you trust me, and I'm coming to you, and I'm considering what you have to say. That's a partnership. Submissive is you're making decisions on your own, irregardless. That's submissive. Submissive is regardless of what you decide, I'm going to stand beside you because I chose to be a submissive wife. That's not a good partner. A good partner is not going to stand beside you if you're continuously making bad decisions and not considering them. Because that's what submission means. That's the flat out definition. That's what it's been used for since beginning of time. Like, stop. And I think men don't recognize how much they rest in ego. Literally. And the thing is, women would naturally give you that version, and I'm going to put quotations around submissive when I say it now. Women would naturally give you that version of submissive that you actually are looking for, that partnership that you're actually looking for, if you naturally came into the conversation as if you respected them as an equal partner. Period. When you are walking in the door as if I need to be the leader and this is the way you need to follow, because that is a woman's role, it's not going to work. No matter how educated you say it, no matter how many different ways that you say it, it's not going to fucking work. That doesn't make sense. That don't make sense at all. You can't even be a head of my household if I don't trust you. That show you right there that I'm an equal partner. I don't understand that shit. But listen, that's what it is. Okay, they just say it in such a demeaning way, and I don't even think that they know that they do that. Like, I don't think that they recognize that they do that. Like, how the fuck can you sit here and say follow properly? And it wasn't the terminology that made me mad. It was the explanation afterwards. How can you say, if a man is leading properly, making you trust him, and we're considering what you say when we make decisions, and we're coming to you, and that's not following properly. That's not following properly. I'm not an employee of yours to where I would still have to accept whatever to some extent I would have I would have to flow with you. That's not what this is. Like, you're not the boss of everything. And I think coming into, and we weren't like this it's not in our culture as African descendants to be that way. Like, woman is king is based on a real story, like based on facts of all woman warrior, like whole team army that really went, and I've heard they've traveled all the way to what is now California back in the day, back when Pangea existed. Like, they really traveled around and they were all women and they dominated. Even when they have some of these African women on some of these podcasts and stuff, and they speak about their parents, they refer to both of their parents with an equal amount of respect. Like, the women in their culture are just as serious about getting an education and being something in this world, something that they could be proud of, just as serious as the man. However, it is still normal for their culture for the man to take care of most of the bills for the wife. Literally. Because they know we're a partnership. We're both equally yoked. The only difference between a man and a woman, other than our sexual parts, is the fact that y'all are physically bigger. In any other area, we're literally neck to neck. If not, women aren't passing y'all. That's just a fact. Women are most likely probably passing y'all in any other area, if not meeting neck to neck. So come to us that way. Women naturally want what y'all want in a sense. We just want to feel respected as well. You as a man would not feel respected if I spoke of you as a follower. And it's not because you're a man that you're supposed to be a leader. It's because your ability to lead. It's because of how much I trust you to be a fellow partner in this relationship and to lead in certain areas. I can back up on this because I trust the way you think and the way you handle things. That is completely different. It's not submissive. Stop saying submissive. Stop trying to make it sound smart. And please don't refer to us as followers and leaders. Please don't. Because for one, if I have to submit for you to be the leader, that shows you my leadership already, baby. I'm just being 100. If I have to bow down in order for you to stand tall, that already shows my amount of leadership. And no woman should have to bow down, just saying. If I have to withdraw for you to shine in any area, that already shows you my capability. So come to me with that respect of, this is what I want to bring to you. And this is what I see for us. Allow me to decide whether I trust you and trust you to lead in the areas that you want to lead. And it's not even leading. It's leadership as far as like, you want to take responsibility of these things and I trust you to. So you're leading in those areas. You're not like, you shouldn't even want to make your partner feel as if someone has to follow and then the other person has to lead. None of us were made to be beneath. So you have to understand that you're talking to a God-like being as well, whether I have a vagina or not. Like, that doesn't change the fact of my capabilities. Okay? It don't change how in tune I naturally am with the energy. And you got to respect that. You got to come into it with respect. I'm just over these weird, toxic ass, like podcasts. I really the fuck am. Like, women, we bring kids into this world like we do. We bear them. But y'all were made with the bigger mass, physical mass. Yet we bring them into the world. And we carry most of the responsibility for raising them. And that has existed throughout time. We do. As well as a lot of working capabilities. Like I said, the only difference between men and women other than our genitals is the fact that y'all are physically bigger. So it's some things that we won't be able to do. Literally. Like, we carry the kids. And yeah, y'all sperm is needed, of course, to have a child. But let's not forget that the first person believed to exist, it was a woman. Not a man. It was a woman. The oldest skeleton that they found was a woman. The first evidence of the first calendar that they found, they believe a woman made it. It was marked every 28 days, which is the normal reproduction, cycle, not ovulating, but reproduction cycle for our periods. Every month is around 28 days. That's the average. It was a woman. Like, I'm not saying we're better than you. I'm saying show some respect because we still want men to feel like we changed to make you guys feel how you need to feel so we can flow together. And that's the reality of it. And if you came at it with that approach, I think it'd be a completely different conversation. Like, I don't know. We don't walk around saying like, oh yeah, we need to run y'all. Even though we know for a fact that 9 times out of 10 we make better decisions. Even though we know for a fact that women have carried most of the burden throughout all of these years. Another thing, black men, that I don't ever want you to fucking forget is that black women are the most uncared for people in this society. The most uncared for people in the society. And the one people that we hold above us is the black man. That's it. Whether y'all think that or not, we just want y'all to do better as a collective so we can look at y'all better. But that's the one, though. Y'all are the one people that we look at as above us is the black man. And the last thing, or to hold to our standards, the last thing we need after already feeling beat up and tore apart from this entire world is to feel like we then have to come home and be a follower to our partner. And I think that is important. And I don't think that the people on that tonight's conversation with Cards, I don't think that the dude meant in that way, because he don't sound like he's the type to make his woman feel like a follower, but his language lets me know that it may slip out here and there because he's not He doesn't even know the connotation of the words that he's saying now. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. It's a certain way that like, And it's not like, oh, make us feel important. No, acknowledge that we are important. Acknowledge what we can do by ourselves, and acknowledge the fact that you want to relieve us in those ways. Stop making it seem like we're not doing a duty. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's either you have the right partner or you don't. It's not like, oh, if someone follows properly or submits properly. No, do you have somebody who's working with you, who's trying to work with you and understand how you move, and you do the same, vice versa? And that's really all it is. And I ain't going to keep talking about this too long because y'all know how I'm is. All right, I don't even know how long I've been talking now. How long has this been? 26 minutes is about to be my longest episode yet. I'm going to cut some shit out. All right, let's pull an inspirational quote. Y'all, I gotta show y'all this jar that I made. The fact that nothing actually flies out of it, and I have to stick my hand, and then I'm still trying to mix it up as I'm like turning my finger sideways to get a quote out, y'all. Oh, okay, and I knocked one. Is out. Let's read it. Okay. Ooh, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Well, that's the inspirational quote for today. It was good talking to y'all. I am Audi.